There comes a point in your career when the torch is supposed to be passed, and I've reached that point.
Senator Dick Durbin made his official announcement that he will not seek re-election today at his home in Springfield. It's the same spot where he announced his first bid for the U.S. Senate in 1995. His move to the Senate came after serving 14 years in the House of Representatives. When his term is finished, Durbin will have spent 44 years in Congress. He leaves behind a long legacy and several key Senate appointments as he served as the #2 Democrat in the Senate for almost 20 years. Our Eliza Petrie was at today's event and joins us now with more on why he's choosing to retire. Eliza?
Yes, Dawn. Senator Durbin will be serving until January of 2027, and he says he plans on being involved in the business of the Senate up until the very end, saying his priority for the next year and a half is to work with legislators on the other side of the aisle on pressing issues of our country. But he feels he is ready to pass on the torch to a new candidate.
And many times it's tough to be self-critical when it comes to something as personal as age. But I feel I'm strong enough to go forward, but I try to think 8 years ahead, and I think this is the right decision. I have a lot of ambitions and things I'd like to see improved in this country. I'll get a chance to work on some of them before I leave, some of them I won't. But at some point you've got to come to trust that the next generation will feel as you do and work hard to get things done.
Once Senator Durbin retires, he will have served the longest Senate term of any other senator in Illinois history. Reporting live in Springfield, Eliza Petrie, back to you.
Thanks, Eliza. Tune in tonight at 9, where we will look into if he plans on endorsing any candidates that may take over his role. Durbin's retirement will bring an end to his political career that spanned more than 50 years. Before heading to Congress, Durbin served as legal counsel to both the Lieutenant Governor and Illinois Senate Judiciary Committee. He was elected to Congress in 1982. He won his Senate seat in 1996 and has remained in the Senate, where he is serving his 6th term. Durbin took a leadership role in 2005 when he was elected as the Democratic Whip, a position he still holds. However, political science expert Kent Redfield says Durbin's retirement could lead to a decrease in influence for Illinois in Congress, with his successor being a freshman senator.
You don't get the committee assignments that might be the most favorable for you, both helping your state and also being able to promote things that give you visibility within your state. So it's a tough position for a freshman senator to be in.
Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton announced her plans to fill Durbin's seat. She announced her decision to run this morning. In her statement, she said in part, quote, "I've spent the last 6 years serving as Lieutenant Governor for the great state of Illinois, and I've seen firsthand that progress that's possible when we treat the needs of the middle class as a focal point, not just a talking point." While other names have been floated to fill the seat, the 2026 primary will not start until later this year, giving other candidates time to decide on throwing their hats into the ring.
Continuing coverage now, it's the end of a political era here in Illinois. Senator Dick Durbin officially announcing his retirement from the U.S. Senate in his old Springfield home. Now, the same spot where he once announced his first bid for the U.S. Senate back in 1995. Durbin spent 44 years in Congress between the House and the Senate. Our Eliza Petrie attended his press conference today and gives us an inside look into what this means for Illinois voters. Eliza?
Yes, Stacey, Senator Durbin made the decision to not seek re-election. This now sparking the conversation of who will take the spot of the longest serving senator in Illinois history and what it could mean for the land of Lincoln.
There comes a point in your career when the torch is supposed to be passed, and I've reached that point.
But Senator Durbin still has 1.5 years left on his current term, and he doesn't plan to let up on his workload.
I have a lot of ambitions and things I'd like to see improved in this country. I'll get a chance to work on some of them before I leave, some of them I won't. But at some point you've got to come to trust that the next generation will feel as you do and work hard to get things done.
One day after Senator Durbin's announcement, Juliana Stratton put her hat in the ring. Senator Durbin shared that he made Governor J.B. Pritzker aware of plan to not seek re-election before releasing it to the public. Durbin also says that Stratton has wanted to run for a Senate seat in the past, but did not wish to run against him. Although Stratton is not the only name being put forward to fill Durbin's seat.
You've heard some names already. Believe me, you're going to hear more, because they've been calling over the last several months and talking about the fact they wouldn't run against me, but they wanted my blessing to run. I'm not planning on endorsing any particular candidate. I hope I don't have to, but I'm not ruling out the possibility in an extreme case.
In the end, Durbin says he is choosing to trust Illinois voters.
It's up to the voters to decide what's right and who the right person is. I'm not going to make that decision. But I am confident we are going to have a diverse group of candidates running for the United States Senate, and it's going to make a difference.
And voters will have the chance to decide who that senator will be in the November 2026 election. Reporting live at the state capitol, Eliza Petrie, back to you.
Thanks, Eliza. Now, during Senator Durbin's career, he championed legislation that like the DREAM Act and DACA. Also oversaw historical moments like the confirmation of Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. CNN reports other potential names to fill that vacant Senate seat as Representatives Raja Krishnamurthy, Robin Kelly, or Lauren Underwood. Now, a political expert that we've spoken to says he believes Republicans won't put much money into the Illinois Senate race. And don't forget, you can get the latest on Senator Durbin's final months in office and the race to become Illinois' new senator right here on News Channel 20 with updates both on air and online.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and be sure to watch more videos from Fox Illinois.